investigations. Sean Cowan has more.
There, I have one on the other side. I have one there. I have one there, one there, one there.
Dan Miles says he has 10 security cameras outside his home on McNabb Street North, downtown Hamilton. And he says he needs them.
Because we had a lot of attempted break-and-enters into our home and other homes around us.
Miles has posted videos of break-ins online. He also says police have asked him for his videos over the years to help with investigations. We reached out to Hamilton Police and they say they can't confirm the use of Dan Miles' videos, but told CHCH News they often work with homeowners, businesses, and drivers to get footage. CHCH has used videos from Miles, like this one seen here, showing the moments before a fatal crash 2 years ago at Barton and McNabb.
These cameras are imperative to our neighborhood watch. They're imperative to the safety of our community.
But last week, Miles received an order to comply with the city's fortification bylaw, asking him to remove his cameras. The bylaw says homeowners are not permitted to view or listen beyond the perimeters of their own property.
A notice from bylaw, I thought, how could this be? Everybody has Ring doorbell cameras pointed at the street and city property, and my neighbors have cameras pointed at my house, and we all...
The City of Hamilton has confirmed the order to remove the cameras to CHCH News, but said they cannot provide further comment because this is an active investigation. One neighbor tells us they're okay with the cameras.
Honest with you, it's absolute disappointment. I just kind of feel like here we have someone in our community who's going above and beyond to try and protect us. We've just been hit so many times again and again.
However, Anne Kavukian, the former Privacy Commissioner of Ontario, says people have the right to privacy on public property.
Privacy is extremely important. It forms the foundation of our freedom. So to go about filming everyone on the street without their knowledge and certainly not their consent, I find very, very unacceptable. Now, in your own personal area, your personal property, that's different. And that's why you can do it right at the door of your house, for example. But always advise people what you're doing. Have a sign.
Dan says he has appealed the order from the city, but so...
With this story, I don't care if you're left thinking or right thinking. I am so livid right now. Federal laws that are going on in this country that are really putting Canadians in danger. The more news reels I'm seeing in 2025, the more I am convinced that they do not care about Canadians. How do you tell a person to take security cameras away from his own home? And the one lady was saying, she said she doesn't mind security cameras being in someone's home to protect your home, but when you have cameras out in the porch and it's aimed towards the streets and stuff like that, she feels that that isn't acceptable. This man is looking out for not just his home, but for the community. He's looking at these cameras to make sure, if there's any people that look suspect, I have a heads up and I can warn myself or I can warn my neighbors about who's in the neighborhood, what they're trying to do, and you're against that. There's such a double standard with this right now. Tell me this. If you have 10 cameras or whatever, how many cameras at your porch looking outside instead of in your home, what's the difference between that and hanging up 10 Android phones or 10 iPhones or any, whatever the amount is? What's the difference between security cameras and your own camera on your phone? Nothing. Because everybody's got a camera, everybody's got video on their camera. We can record whatever we want on the outside, but yet you're telling someone that they can't record security cameras outside of their home. And that in itself is a double standard. If you're gonna stop somebody from having security cameras looking out on the community, then what's the point of having cameras on your phone? Then we should all not be allowed to record anything. Half the crime that we see nowadays is from cameras. The double standard is just ridiculous. Now we have no protection for our homes. We can't have guns. We can't attack intruders in our home because otherwise we're going to be charged. And now we can't have security cameras. This is absolute BS. And unless we got governments that are going to put a stop to this, it's only going to get worse. What are your thoughts? I'm fed up. Like, It's like the more this stuff goes on, the more I want to buy a weapon and defend my home, because every day now you're giving criminals more of an edge. There's probably people home right now or thinking, hey, the government just give us more leverage to rob some homes. I mean, every day we got an opportunity to rob a home and not get in trouble for it. Jewelry stores getting robbed in broad daylight. Liquor stores getting robbed in broad daylight. It's madness. It's madness. What happened to this country, this great country that everybody wanted to move to? Anyway, you can subscribe to Born with Purpose. If you got a video you want me to react to, just send it in the description link below. All right? God bless. Peace.